Everybody, we are back again. Look, if you're watching us on IG or looking at our YouTube page, please hit subscribe because when men talk,
You might just want to listen.
So, most jobs require a background check simply to make sure you're not a liar. Most women require an STD test. You and a group of your friends get locked up and you get out before they do. Somebody got some explaining to do. You buy a house. Although due diligence is not required, it is advisable. Let's make sure there's no graveyard under the house, honey. Since man loved a woman and woman loved a man, in the beautiful union God created in a special place called Eden,
Mm.
mankind has been faced with a simple task: honesty. This simple form of honesty has been diluted and submerged in half-truths, ambiguity, and straight-out lies. Dishonesty has led to more than breakups and hardships, money lost and time wasted. Is it better to just lie or keep it all the way 100? Fellas, do we tell them the truth or simply tell them what they want to hear?
Lies, lies, and more lies. Hey, check it out. Somebody once said to me that there is no such thing as the truth. So my response was, well, why should I believe you? To your point of what happened with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, the truth was given to Eve by saying, do not eat from that tree, because then you will know, as God knows, the difference between good and evil, which was truth. Then Jack Nicholson told Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. So I say, can they handle the truth? Can they handle the truth? We have to pick and choose when to tell the unadulterated truth, because the truth will put you on the sofa. The truth will make you lose a job. The truth will make you practice abstinence for a certain period of time involuntarily. So do you tell the truth?
Uh-oh.
And I will pass the mic.
Charles, please stop. Say
Hey,
something, Charles. Say something.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic. You can't handle the truth. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You cannot handle the truth. Will have you on the couch, brother. You ain't never lied. Tell me it ain't a lie, bro. I agree in the sense of discretion when you got to tell the truth. The truth will always set you free. I agree with that. I tell the truth, but sometimes you got to use your discretion, and sometimes you got to do it in a way that protects themselves, right?
Yeah.
Just like kids. It's like when you got kids at home. Well, you tell them the truth, but you got to tell them in a way that protects them from themselves, right? And I think in a relationship it's the same way. You got to protect them, protect thyself from them thyself. They can't handle it all the time. You got to do what's in the best interest of your household. That's how I feel.
I agree with that. But since all y'all going biblical in some form of one form or reference, I'm gonna say you're all are snakes. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, truth is important, especially when you're dealing with somebody else, and especially when it affects their life. Now, I'm not saying I've always been truthful. I ain't saying that. I am saying though.
Preach on that.
What you said?
Preach on that.
Yeah, I am saying this. I am saying that. However, we gotta reach a stage in our lives where we like, yo, this is the truth. If you can't handle it, take the steps, because we want the same thing. We don't want a sister lying to us. We don't want a sister to say, I haven't seen my ex-boyfriend and blah 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 blah, and then we find out that she carrying his baby. We don't want.
Oof. Oof. Ooh. Whoa. Did he just go there?
We don't want our sister to say, oh no, I haven't seen my ex-husband in so long. Next thing you know, we got an itch that we don't know where it came from. We don't want that. So at the end of the day, if we want them to be honest to us, we got to be 100 with them. That's all I'm saying. Sitting back, being quiet, dropping the pin. Bang.
Okay. Wow. I never thought that I would agree with JL here, but I do actually. Be 100 with him. You know what I'm saying? With it, you know what? Different things, man. It's a broad topic. In regards to women, or a relationship, I think you should, you know what I'm saying, be honest with them. Because even when I was out, when I was out there, you know what I'm saying, I would be honest, and the women actually had a choice to accept it or not. You know what I'm saying? And most times, even though it was brutal honesty, they accepted it. You know what I'm saying? And I try to hold on to that. But in terms of like the workplace and something like that, man, look, I done lied on resumes, bruh. I done got jobs I had no. I should never have been on this job. You dig what I'm saying? I should have never been in the same room with these other smart people. But yeah, I told a few. You know what I'm saying? But give them the truth, man. In regards to that, because here's the deal. Here's the deal. Two things. Number one, they want the truth, obviously, but two, they probably already know anyway. They probably already know whatever it is. They probably already know.
Here's the number three. We want the truth. Everything you said was right. Now, business and politics,
do you really
that's a whole nother show, bro.
Do you really want the truth?
That's a whole nother one. See, I don't.
JL say he wants you. You don't really want.
I don't really. Nobody really. But you deserve.
You deserve it. You deserve. But to Charles's point, when he said you have to monitor it based on what the situation is and who you're talking to. Like for me with wifey, I want to tell her the truth about everything. But there are times when she come and say, do I look fat in this? Or should I wear this? Or should I wear, you know what I'm saying? Certain stuff, man, you got to know when to pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? Then if I say, well, baby, you wear, I say, you know what, at the end of the day, baby, you look good to me anyway. She'd be like, you lie. I'm like, I'm just saying, you look good. She ain't combed her hair, she ain't done anything. And I say, so, you have to pick and choose. Like you said, with the jobs, it's sometimes you want to walk into an office and tell them what's really going on upstairs.
Say that one more time.
Think about for the whole week. And it's like, you know what? The right person says the right thing. Oh, you gonna feel exactly what's going on up in here. Right. But at the end of the day, you got kids. You got kids that you have to fend for. Kids you have to keep a roof over their head. So I mean, you have to find that balance, because if I spoke my mind on everything I want to, which I can be guilty of sometimes, we might be sleeping in a car somewhere.
Hey, that go both ways, bro, because you gotta look at it. Look at it like this, JL. When you tell somebody the truth, can they handle, right? So when you put it out there, just because you can say something doesn't mean you should always say something. I believe that. So you got these thoughts going up in your head all the time about certain stuff that goes on just because you got freedom of speech. And that's what a lot of people talk about. I can say what I want to say when I want to say it, and I can do all that type of stuff. Just because you can say whatever you want doesn't mean you should say what you want all the time. And that doesn't mean degrading them. That doesn't mean I'm look, let the record show. I believe you should tell the truth. I just say you should do it when it's needed.
I will end with I am guilty of speaking the truth too much sometimes, and many times I wish that everything I thought of, how they say what comes up come out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish whatever came up would just come out, but I know that's not fair to everybody, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I'm with you on that. Now again, we've talked about. There's four of us on this call. We've talked about 4 different ways and situations where telling the truth, the whole truth, and not truth at all.
Truth don't let me God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, we weren't very specific in when we threw this out there, but it started off talking about relationships. True. And I'm just saying, for relationships, if you can't find a way to tell the truth most of the time to your significant other, then there's going to be a problem.
And you should not be in that relationship, JL. You should
not be in that relationship.
I agree.
Exactly that.
I agree.
Exactly that. That's all I'm saying.
Man, y'all going deep. And that's why when men talk,
you might want to listen.
Boom.
Bam! Hey, make sure you tune in next week because we're going to talk about something kind of interesting. Do you speak American English? Do you speak Ebonics? Or do you know how to switch it up? Because when you black, you know you got to code switch. So next week, we're going to talk about code switching. Make sure to subscribe, hit us on our YouTube, because when men talk,
You might want
on to listen.
This is a man's world. But it would be nothing.